On this video, I want to look at which platforms you're using and why, and how many platforms you're using on social media. So if we've not met before, I'm Lucy. I help female business builders to expand their team and grow their online skills. This is something that I came across for myself. I was being taught so many different ways of doing so many different things on so many different platforms. And I thought, oh, I can go over there and I can start to build over there. And I can go somewhere else and start to build over there. And I'm already on here, so I need to build this as well. And I got to a point. In fact, I've got to this point a couple of times. The first time I got to it was probably around 6 to 10 months ago. And I just thought, oh my goodness, I actually need to stop and think about this and what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And then I clearly hadn't thought about it enough and gone into depth enough. So I've had to redo that over the last month or so and stop myself in my tracks and say, what am I doing? What is being effective here? So I encourage you to do the same. And maybe there is a point where you've already done this, but just going back and going over it again can just give you deeper insight, as it has done for me. So I'd like to give you some steps on here that you can take, 4 or 5 steps that you can take to really look at that. So the first thing is to write down all of the different platforms you're on. So this might be LinkedIn, it might be social, it might be obviously YouTube, it might be Instagram, any of the platforms, Facebook, etc. And then the second thing is to write down by each platform why you're using that platform. So it might be because you enjoy doing long content posts. It might be because you enjoy doing videos. It might be because you enjoy doing reels. It might be because you understand your audience more on that platform. Maybe they're a younger audience. Maybe they're a more business-minded audience. So whatever it is on that platform that you think, that is why I'm there. And the thing that's come up for me is, it's like, actually, sometimes I'm not really sure why I'm there. It's just an extra platform, so why wouldn't I be there? And that's not good enough for me. Then the third thing is to ask yourself, okay, with the ones that I'm doing, where am I getting the most response? Where am I gaining the most traction? And when we can see that for ourselves, and it's really clear that you're having more conversations over here and you're growing your audience more on that platform, or maybe there's 2, then if we focus in on that, the results are going to expand, not just a little bit, but a lot, because wherever that focus goes, the energy flows. And where the energy flows, as long as it's good energy, you're going to get that exponential growth because of that focus and because of that energy. Now, the third thing is to ask yourself, having got those results, the fourth thing is, having got those results, do you feel that you could go deeper? So you're getting the results, but do you really know all about that platform? Do you know about how to interact with groups? Do you know how to advertise? Do you know? And keep on asking yourself all of those questions, and then go and find a training that is going to give you that deeper insight, so that something that is working well could start to work brilliantly well. So that, again, your business, your time, your energy, your effort is you're making the most of that, right? So we don't want to be putting lots of energy everywhere, because what I was finding is I was putting a lot of time into all of the platforms, but I knew when I looked at this and I did this breakdown that there were 2 particular ones that I was getting the most traction from, and B, I really enjoyed building. So one is like my main platform, and one is one that I'm building on. The other ones I just use for content to use on those platforms, or for content that can be repurposed just in case some of the other ones, just to kind of keep them warm, as it were, and in case somebody does come through one. But I'm not spending a whole deal of time on those other platforms, although I'm still repurposing content. My focus, my time, my main amount of time is on 2 platforms. So I encourage you to really go through those steps and to find what your main platforms are, and then to dig even deeper and become an expert on 1 or 2 platforms. As I say, it's something that I've had to do a couple of times over the last year or so, but it is really worth it, and it absolutely gave me so much more clarity. So I really hope that helps, and I'm going to wish you an absolutely awesome day. Do check out the other videos on here. Click on subscribe,